Well, hello, and today I got another great video idea. And yes, as we all know, there are many different roller coaster types around the whole world, and these roller coasters are also created by different manufacturers. And today I decided to find the most ambitious roller coaster among 10 different roller coaster manufacturers. And the most ambitious coaster could mean the biggest and baddest, but also the most technical advanced coaster. So now let's go right into this video. Now coming in as the first roller coaster on the list, we got Mach Ride's Voltron Nea. For me, Voltron was just the best and newest roller coaster for 2024. And this was of course the first striker roller coaster made by Mach Ride, and this was a very ambitious roller coaster, heavily themed and a very long attraction with many special track elements. Lucky for Mach Ride's Voltron Nea really is an impressive roller coaster. First of all, you have the very mesmerizing beyond vertical launch, and then you just fly into a very lengthy layer with many airtime moments and inversions. Voltron Nea overall has an awesome pacing, it just flies through all these elements. And after a very crazy first half, you have this turntable element where you just go backwards into a launch and a stall, and then after that you fly into another rolling launch. And Voltron Nea just offers some of the best airtime moments in the whole world, especially the outer bank airtime hill going back to the station. And I would actually say that Voltron Nea really is a masterpiece made by Mach Rides. This roller coaster is just very lengthy, filled with awesome elements, and you have some of the best elements on any roller coaster, such as the outer bank airtime hill. Oh my goodness. And the next coaster we need to talk about is of course Falcons Flight made by Intamin. And who would have really thought that we got this record-breaking roller coaster? And this insane behemoth of a roller coaster is going to open at Six Flags Qiddiya in Saudi Arabia, and it's actually 2025 now, so let's see. And there's one big thing I've noticed about this roller coaster: it hasn't really been testing yet, and it's really a long time ago I've seen the trains going onto the track. Let's just quickly go over these insane stats of Falcons Flight. And this insane looking coaster will reach a maximum speed of 155.3 miles per hour, and with the help of LSM launches, this coaster will go up to a 639.8 feet elevation. And that's why Intamin has actually called Falcons Flight the first EXA coaster. And after this crazy cliff dive drop where Falcons Flight actually reaches the maximum speed, this roller coaster flies into a 500 plus feet tall camelback hill. And the final thing I need to say about this record-breaking roller coaster is the length. It is 13,943.6 feet long. But let's see if this coaster is ever gonna have humans in it. And now coming in as the next roller coaster on the list, we actually got Angasi made by RMC. And this huge beast of an RMC hybrid roller coaster stands at Busch Gardens Tampa in Florida. And Angasi actually stands as the tallest, fastest and steepest RMC hybrid coaster out there. And thank God for RMC, because they really know how to create awesome roller coasters, and the bigger they get, the more awesome they are. And since the opening of Angasi, this coaster has always been in the talks of being the best roller coaster in the whole world. And this purple looking behemoth really has one of the best RMC layouts out there. And overall, Angasi just features a relentless layout with great pacing, many airtime moments and crazy inversions. And there are overall many standout moments on Angasi, but personally I think the start is the best. And this is where the riders experience a world-class 91-degree first drop, and after that you go into a cool outer bank airtime hill with a lot of strong sustained airtime. And after showcasing awesome speed, Angasi flies up into the death roll element. And the death roll is actually a downwards barrel roll inversion with a lot of whip, especially in the back row. And Angasi just showcases relentless pacing to the end with many airtime moments and a cool 0G stall. And now coming in as the next coaster on the list, I'm gonna talk about Top Thrill 2 made by Zamperla. And Top Thrill 2 is of course by far Zamperla's most ambitious roller coaster. But unfortunately, this recreation by Zamperla has really given many problems. First of all, the ride experience has really put too much stress on the trains already, so they need to fix them immediately. And on top of that, I've also heard some very bad rumors about the structure. And unfortunately, Top Thrill 2 has been standing but not operating. But Cedar Point has officially said that this roller coaster is going to be ready for the 2025 season. And let's see if this coaster will operate for more than 6 days. But I was actually one of the lucky ones to try this roller coaster back in May 2024. Let me tell you, Top Thrill 2's ride experience is really crazy. You have an awesome stall first launch, a backwards launch with a lot of punch, and then you have this awesome 420 foot tall vertical spike with a lot of stomach dropping airtime at the top. And let me tell you, Top Thrill 2 really flies up this top and it almost feels too fast. And funny enough, it was perhaps too fast for the roller coaster trains. And now coming in as the next roller coaster on the list, we actually got Cosmic Rewind made by Vekoma. And the full name is of course Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and this is actually one of the most pricey experiences in the whole world. And I actually think this is the most expensive roller coaster in the whole world with an estimated price of $500 million. And this awesome indoor/dark ride roller coaster is located at Epcot in Florida. And as many of you know, Epcot is part of the Disney World located in Florida. And this Vekoma coaster is really advanced. First of all, the trains on this coaster have controlled spinning seats. And during the whole ride experience, these seats are actually controlled to go different ways. And the most epic moment on Cosmic Cosmic Rewind is actually a backwards LSM launch that reaches 60 miles per hour. And apart from this awesome backwards launch, this roller coaster track isn't even that thrilling, but we all know the theming and immersive experience is the best on this coaster. And being an indoor roller coaster, Cosmic Rewind really has a lengthy roller coaster track standing 5,577 feet long. But please beware, the lines for this coaster are very long because this coaster is very popular. And now going back to the more thrilling roller coaster type, we got B&M's Fury 325. And since the early 90s, B&M has always been that very trustworthy and reliable manufacturer. And the main thing about B&M is actually they are very reliable because they don't really think out of the box many times. And when creating roller coaster layout, they are also very safe. But then B&M decided to create their second giga roller coaster, and Fury 325 to this day is the biggest roller coaster in the whole world with a lift hill. And as you can hear in the name, the height of this roller coaster is actually 325 feet. But when it comes to B&M, this huge roller coaster really has a quite bizarre layout. After one of the best drops in the whole world, Fury 325 actually mainly stays low to the ground, going into these very big and forceful turns with a lot of speed. And let's really appreciate that B&M has actually created a very innovative layout. And then in the end of Fury 325, you experience your typical floater hills. And this is what B&M is really known for, creating awesome camelback floater hills. So let's all appreciate, even though B&M mainly plays it safe, they can really create these big roller coasters if they want to. And the only thing you can say, it's all about the money. And now coming in as the next roller coaster, we got a wood coaster made by GCI. And overall, I think it was quite hard choosing the most ambitious GCI wooden roller coaster because they have so many great ones. But then I saw the so-called wood coaster standing at Night Valley in China. And wood coaster actually is one of the biggest roller coasters GCI has ever made. And even though this coaster really isn't the tallest and fastest woody in the whole world, it really still is an impressive structure. But the most beautiful thing about wood coaster is actually the terrain. They really have utilized it great. And if you look at some POVs, you can see wood coaster really has one of the best layouts on any GCI out there. Based on the aerial pictures, you can really see that GCI has utilized this hillside. And if you measure from the top and bottom of the chain lift, the coaster is 147 feet tall. But in my opinion, the most impressive thing about wood coaster is actually the length. This roller coaster is actually 4,817 feet long. And based on the people that have really experienced this roller coaster, they say it's a high tier GCI. Please let me know in the comments what you really think about wood coaster, because I really think it looks hella awesome. And now coming in as the next roller coaster on the list, we got Cannon made by Gerstlauer. And we all know that Cannon is Gerstlauer's most ambitious project. And this might be one of the most awesome and weirdest hyper roller coasters in the whole world. And if you don't want to hear spoilers, please skip 20 seconds ahead. Cannon features a 200 plus vertical lift hill inside this awesome tower. And this coaster actually has an insane drop tower element on the vertical lift. So you need to go up this scary lift hill twice, and once you reach the top for the second time, you have a twisted vertical drop that takes you out of the tower. And once you're outside, you have a really bizarre looking layout. And this is where Cannon flies into the non-inverted sea serpent roll with airtime pops at the tops. And after this bizarre looking element, Cannon mainly stays low to the ground, where it flies into an overbank turn and twists you quickly to the left. And after that, Cannon mainly just stays low to the ground, flying through twists and turns, and then you hit an awesome airtime hill. Two negatives about Cannon. The first one is the rattle, but you have a lap bar, so I can't really feel it. And in the end, Cannon travels a bit slow in my opinion, but the rest of the layout is just world class. And now going back to another wooden manufacturer, we have the Gravity Group with the Voyage. And this is by far the Gravity Group's biggest, fastest and longest roller coaster. And on top of that, Voyage is actually known for being one of the best wooden roller coasters in the whole world. And this behemoth of a woody actually stands 163 feet tall, and the maximum length of this ride is 6,442 feet. So overall, you just have a very long and relentless wooden coaster ride experience. And Voyage starts out with a big and great first drop, and then it goes into these airtime filled camelback hills. And after these big elements, the Voyage mainly stays low to the ground, where it utilizes the terrain. And this is where the coaster mainly offers high speed twists and turns and many airtime humps. But unfortunately, on the return run, Voyage actually hits some trim brakes. But lucky for the riders, the speed keeps building up yet again, and this coaster is just relentless from start to finish. And this impressive wooden roller coaster actually features 24.3 seconds of awesome airtime. And all of you people know I really love airtime. Please let me know in the comments if you think this is the best woody in the whole world. And now coming in as the final roller coaster on my list, we have Aerodynamics X2. And oh sorry, I should call it X, but then Aerodynamics went bankrupt and then SNS took over. Let's just say that this so-called fourth dimension coaster model was so technically advanced and bizarre that it killed Aerodynamics. But the Lord and Savior SNS actually took over this coaster type, so that's awesome. So what does this fourth dimension roller coaster really consist of? First of all, you have a bizarre and mean looking roller coaster track with a vertical drop and these insane and bizarre looking elements. And then on top of that, you have this bizarre looking roller coaster train with wing seats, and on top of that, these seats offer controlled rotation. And that actually means that the seats rotate at certain points during the the ride experience. So for example, during the vertical drop, these seats are rotated so you have this face down experience. And also during many other bizarre roller coaster elements, these seats are just rotating. So overall, X2 just offers a crazy and very intense positive G-force heavy experience. And there are actually only 3 of these standing in the whole world. And the ride experience on the 4th dimension roller coaster is so crazy that it could be too much for many people. Now we finally made it to the end of this video. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if I've missed some roller coasters we need to add to another video. And at the end of the day, I'm always gonna say bye bye.